What's going on, guys? It's Flaws, and in this video we're going to be talking about what actually wins rounds in Valorant. Is it raw aim or is it actual smart game sense? The reason for this question is a lot of people kind of don't know if you should work on your aim or work on actually getting better at making decisions in the game. And I'm just going to say 99% of the time, if you're past a threshold of being able to aim and hit headshots when you're facing 1v1 fights, your game sense is going to be the thing that's going to push you over the edge to actually win more rounds. If we go to clutch situations mainly, that's like the biggest indicator of who's the actual better player. If you look at the scoreboard of a game, it doesn't matter at all. I've said this in previous videos. Pull up the scoreboard in any game of pro games. The best player can be at the bottom, they can be in the middle, they can be at the top. It's all about how they're set up by the rest of their team. So, if we go to solo queue, aim is probably going to be one of the more important things just because people aren't really playing together. But if you play with just one other friend in a game, like, you'll get into a 2v2 situation, and if you just play off of each other, use abilities together, peek at the right times, bait for each other, you're probably going to win those 2v2s like over 70% of the time. So keep that in mind when we talk about which is more important, aim versus smart decision making. But going back to the whole idea, if you're in like silver to gold to like pretty much in that realm or even a little bit higher, aim's going to be the thing that's just going to carry the game. Like if someone's shooting at you and they can't even hit your body and you can just one tab 3 people in the head before they can kill you, like just go do that. Just run at them and one tap, take aim duels all the time. Obviously if you're at that rank, you're probably not hitting headshots like that, like it's nothing. Just keep that in mind. Like if you're at a lower rank, focus on your aim, get that to a threshold where it doesn't really matter anymore. If you're kind of struggling with that, just get into deathmatch every day and just play like 2 games and just really focus on putting your crosshair on someone's head and kind of starting your spray from there. Like a lot of times people just get nervous or they get jump scared and they kind of just start shooting at nothing. Just focus on getting your aim to a point where you can reliably flick to someone and spray them down within 4 to 6 bullets. So going off of that, we're going to talk about playmaking. This is a lot more difficult to actually like understand and build your utility of like what I can use in different situations. Most of the time, even at like Immortal, like you'll see people playing very dumb and they use their aim advantage to get away from like their bad decision making. Learn from people you play with in your game. Think of like what they could have done better, how they could have possibly won the round, how they could have moved to a different area to take a 1v1 if it's like a 1vx situation and they're trying to clutch. Just use like your own understanding of pro matches, how they peek off of each other, how they play time, how they create map control, and how they create distance for their team to get out onto the site. If you play with friends, it's obviously a lot easier to like tell them what they're doing wrong. If your friends see something that you're doing wrong, they can say it to you. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of on what agent you play as well. If you're playing, a duelist, you're probably going to be like a better aimer than people that are just playing Sage and sitting in the back. Obviously, that's not 100% true with every game, but keep that in mind. If you're going to be playing someone who's like let's say like Chloe or something that you can just really do everything in the game, you don't have to focus on aim as much. Like you can set up a smoke for your team that makes the enemies have to push through it or sit behind it, and that just makes them have like a hard decision in the round. So they're probably going to make worse decisions. So you understanding what makes it difficult for the other team sets your team up to win the round. So keep that in mind. Like this is a tough and controversial topic, mainly because it's so difficult to tell which one is actually more difficult. I would say though, aim is the biggest thing to help you win rounds when you're solo queuing or playing in lower ranks. But once you get past those lower ranks and you can like kind of start to understand, like everyone should understand what they should do in the round to actually win it, then it becomes a lot more on like 1v1 clutches, team play. How do we execute a site? How do we retake? Should we give the site? Should we just play retake? But I honestly will say, I think game sense is far more important than aim, and someone that understands like top level game sense and someone that understands, like that just has top level aim, the person that has the game sense in most situations is going to win that round. So that's it for me, guys. I'm Flaws, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.